بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وبعد إخوة في الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We continue inshallah with the series of reminders we'd like to call the polish of the hearts. We discussed the excellence of dhikr. Then we started with the 4 types of dhikr or adhkar, which is the subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, and Allahu Akbar. And added to it a bit la hawla la quwwata illa billah. We saw the great excellence of these words. Today, it should have been the first thing we talk about. Before even that, before polishing something, what do you need to do?
Clean.
You need to clean it first. Jazakallah khair. And this is the topic for today. We need to clean first before polish. As the Arabs say, at-takhalli qabla at-tahalli. At-takhalli qabla at-tahalli. Removing before beautifying and adorning. This is the istighfar. Al-istighfar, seeking forgiveness from Allah. That's why when they asked Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, which is better, that I do istighfar or I do the dhikr? He says if you have a cloth which is dirty, it needs to be clean or it needs perfume? It needs to be clean, then it needs perfume. Al-istighfar, brothers and sisters, is something from the first human beings, if you can say it like that. If you read the Quran carefully, there's no prophet except that one way or the other, he calls his people to do istighfar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about the story of, rather before that, all of us need to do istighfar. And this is from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us few seconds which we call our lives, but we don't make use of them. Allah says, وَلَوْ يُؤَاخِذُ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ بِظُلْمِهِمْ مَا تَرَكَ عَلَيْهَا مِنْ دَابَّةٍ وَلَكِنْ يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ مُسَمًّى. If Allah was to take hold of the people because of their sins, He'll not let any living being, all of them need to be wiped away. If immediately you commit a sin, you're wiped away. Nobody will remain. وَلَكِنْ يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ مُسَمًّى. But He gives them respite to an appointed time. فَإِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهُمْ لَا يَسْتَأْخِرُونَ سَاعَةً وَلَا يَسْتَقْدِمُونَ. And when the appointed time comes, it is not brought forth even for 1 second. And it is not delayed. Or it is not put away even for 1 millisecond. This is from the mercy of Allah that He gives us time. It's from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's upon us to take use of this time. Allah tells us about the story of Adam in many parts of the Quran. One of those in Surah Al-A'raf, Allah says, وَيَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةَ وَكُلَا مِنْ حَيْثُ شِئْتُمْ وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ فَتَكُونَا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And O Adam, stay in this Jannah, you and your wife, and eat whatever you want. مِنْ حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ. Except not come close to this tree. فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. You will become from the ظالمين. A zalim is the transgressor, the one who did something which he was not supposed to do. That's the zalim. Zulm is to put something in its wrong place. Now any type of sin is called zulm. All types of sins are zulm because you did something which you're not supposed to do. Allah says, فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ لِيُبْدِيَ لَهُمَا مَا وُرِيَ عَنْهُمَا مِنْ سَوْآتِهِمَا وقال ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكونا ملكين أو تكونا من الخالدين. فوسوس لهما الشيطان. Allah says, but the shaitan came and whispered to them, ليبدي لهما ما وري عنهما من سوآتهما, so that they can be exposed or their awra can be exposed. The private parts can be exposed. وقال, and he said to them, ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة. Your Lord did not prohibit you from this tree. إلا أن تكون ملكين. Except that if you do eat from this tree, meaning you will become two angels. أو تكون من الخالدين. You will become those who live forever. وقاسمهما إني لكما لمن الناصحين. And he gave them an oath. إني لكما لمن الناصحين. I am to you a sincere advisor. I want good for you. فَدَلَّهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ, Allah says. He pointed them with his deception. فَلَمَّا ذَاقَ الشَّجَرَةَ بَدَتْ لَهُمَا سَوْآتُهُمَا وَطَفِقَا يَخْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا مِنْ وَرَقِ الْجَنَّةِ. And when they tested the tree or the apple, or they portrayed as an apple, we don't know what fruit it is. They are told not to eat from the tree. When they tasted whatever they are told not to eat, بَدَتْ لَهُمَا سَوْآتُهُمَا. Their awra became exposed to them. Before that, they did not see their private parts. وَطَفِقَا يَخْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا مِنْ وَرَقِ الْجَنَّةِ. And they started to take leaves from the trees of paradise, putting them together, cover themselves. They were ashamed. And this is how the human beings are created. We have a sense of shame. Unlike those today who follow their desires and live like animals, there's no sense of shame to them. They can walk naked, it's fine. And if your women wear the hijab, they have the sense of shame, telling them, you guys are so backwards, you need to be civilized. وَطَفِقَ يَخْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا بِوَرَقِ الْجَنَّةِ وَنَادَاهُمَا رَبُّهُمَا. And the Lord called out to them, أَلَمْ أَنْهَاكُمَا عَنْ تِلْكُمَا الشَّجَرَةِ. Didn't I not prohibit you from this tree? وَأَقُلْ لَكُمَا إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَكُمَا عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. And I told that the shaitan is an open enemy to you. They were told this. It's a message not to only them. A message, the parents is a message to the children, us. عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ, Allah says, clear enemy, openly. He does not hide. He is open an enemy. He wants to take you to kufr and shirk and take you to the hellfire. قَالَا, now they replied, رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. Oh Lord, we oppressed our souls. وَإِن لَمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. And if you don't forgive us and have mercy on us, we'll become from the losers. This is the point we want. Even Adam and Hawa asked for their forgiveness. ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. They confessed, we oppressed our souls. And if you don't forgive us, our Lord, if you don't have mercy on us, we'll become from the losers. These are the two things everybody needs. قال هبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين, to the end of the story. They are taken out of paradise because of their sin. Every sin has a repercussion, you should know that. So Adam made istighfar. Adam and Hawa. Nuh alayhi salam, we'll see the surah of Nuh comes a lot. Surah Nuh, he directly pointed them to make istighfar. We go to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah says about Ibrahim in Surah Shu'ara that he said to his people, قَالَ فَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ أَنْتُمْ وَآبَاؤُكُمُ الْأَقْدَمُونَ. Do you see what you worship, you and your forefathers? فَإِنَّهُمْ عَدُوٌّ لِي إِلَّا رَبَّ الْعَالَمِينَ. They are all enemies to me except Allah and the Lord of the universe. الَّذِي خَلَقَنِي فَهُوَ يَهْدِينَ. The one who created me and is the one who guides me. وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينَ. The one who gives me food and drink. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. And when I become sick, he is the one who cures me. وَالَّذِي يُمِيتُنِي ثُمَّ يُحْيِينَ. And the one who will make me die and then he'll resurrect me. وَالَّذِي أَطْمَعُ أَن يَغْفِرَ لِي خَطِيئَتِي يَوْمَ الدِّينِ. And he is the one whom I have hope that he will forgive my mistakes on the day of reward. Ibrahim also is seeking and is hoping for Allah's forgiveness. Musa alayhi salam, Allah says, وَدَخَلَ الْمَدِينَةَ عَلَى حِينِ غَفْلَةٍ مِّنْ أَهْلِهَا فَوَجَدَ فِيهَا رَجُلَيْنِ يَقْتَتِلَانِ هَذَا مِنْ شِيعَتِهِ وَهَذَا مِنْ عَدُوِّهِ فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته فوكزه موسى فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته على